Hey, Vortex here, and welcome to my review of the Raptgo Hook-X. These are a kind of intriguing one because they are a hybrid planar. It states there, if you can see, planar and bone conduction, but I read it's actually a piezo, so I'm quite interested in what these are actually like. And yet, as usual, full disclaimers, this is actually sent out to me by a viewer to try. So thank you very much, you know who you are, I do really appreciate it. I was not paid to this video, and all thoughts and opinions are my own. And yet it's always good to see unique models, shall we say, because planars are kind of funky. And this has been a hybrid planar, so yeah, let's just get into it. So I've just partially unboxed it to save a bit of time. Raptgo. Again, this is a brand I've heard of before, but personally never really paid much attention because there's just so many kind of different models out there. So it is a green lip. You can kind of see maybe the driver. You see through the actual there. I do like the design. They are kind of big, as in surface area, but I'll talk about the comfort and everything later. So there's a vent there, obviously right. 2-pin there, which is good to see, no MMCX. Same thing here. So the really nice kind of subtle design, which is kind of cool. So you've got some documentation in there. If that's kind of your thing. What we got in here? Now I've heard this has like a modular cable kind of design. So very new then, since 2019, earphone protective bag, kind of like a fake solid kind of leather. That's it, it's very tight. So yeah, it has a modular cable design. So this is green, obviously 2-pin, which is good. Cable seems quite unique. So it looks like a 4-pin version, which hopefully should be in the box. But yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that. It said like ordering like a particular model, well, a particular cable. So it only comes in with a 2.5 or a 3.5 or 4.4. It's good that it comes with all of them. And if you've got different sources, you can obviously just flip between them. That's it. So yeah, modular design. So 2.5, 3.5 and 4.4. I like that. That's so much kind of choice. Obviously no 6.3 jack, but I don't think that matters. And oops, I dropped a pair of tips. Have to see what these are like. And that's it. So yeah, so far so good. They look the most normal. Very unique, especially with the actual interchangeable ends. I like to see things like that. Obviously with quality cable. And yeah, so I'm going to obviously put a load of arrows on them. And I'll see you guys in the future. See what it's actually like. So finally on to the review part of the Raptgo Hook-X. Let's get straight on to comfort. So these are actually, as you can see, quite big, as in the sheer like outer size. I had no issues with comfort, but this will fill your whole like outer ear. If you've got a smaller outer ear, you may have a problem, but personally I didn't. So yeah, I wore it for a few hours at a time and no problems, surprisingly. And they're quite secure because of the larger size. So overall aesthetics and build is very good. I am quite happy with them. Obviously it's 2-pin as well, which is kind of cool. So excuse me, let's go into power and sensitivity. Now you have to have something decent to power these. They're not like those, I think, tin i5P ones where you need a power station to run. These you do need a better power. So off a phone they probably will work, but they won't be to the optimal performance, shall we say. You want to throw something decent at them, really. But if you can do that, then that's great. It gives it its full potential. So yeah, let's talk about micro details. So micro details, I think, are very good. I don't know if they're on par with an S12 or like a Timeless. I'll have to do a back-to-back kind of battle with them, but excuse me. But yeah, they're not too bad at all. So let's get on to Soundstage and imaging. Soundstage in these I think is very good. Compared to the S12, I tried briefly before this. I mean briefly. These are wider stage, and I think the imaging is average, from what I could tell. But it's still obviously more than sufficient. But these do sound bigger than the S12, which is kind of cool, because that's one of the things that the S12 lacked. But let's talk about isolation. Isolation could be better. I think it's because these are like kind of open backed. You can just about see that little reflection there. I think these are kind of open back of some sort. That's probably why it sounds big, which is kind of cool. And tonality, yeah. So tonality on these is again better than I think than the S12, which I tried just before this clip. That sounds a bit, I wouldn't say they sound artificial. This sounds a little bit more natural, which I think is from the slightly smoother treble. So yeah, let's just get on to the sound. So I'll overlay the graph now. As you can see, there's a bit of inconsistency, but I'll get onto that in a bit. But bass, these are on the warmer side. The graph doesn't really show it, but they do sound a little bit bassier than they look. These are warmer. They sound like a warmer, smoother sound. The graphs are, but anyway, but the bass is fast. The decay is fast. I'm really happy with it. Also bear in mind, like I've said a million times, I think under the 50-60 Hz it rolls off. So in reality you got more sub bass than the graphs show, to bear that in mind. But yeah, I've got nothing to say really. They work really well. There's a little bit of bleed into the lower mids. So yeah, the mids do bleed a little bit, but I'm happy there. And the upper mids are forward, but they do look more elevated on the graph than reality, shall we say. But yeah, the mids are fine really. Everything's there. It can sound a little hazy at times. It sounds a little bit coloured. I don't know why. Maybe because it's a hybrid of sorts. But yeah, so treble, a little bit of imbalance. Not as in sheer volume, because the volume looks the same, but you can see there's an imbalance in the treble region. I don't know why. You can see like the rest of it matches like perfect, but the trebles, you don't really notice it if you listen to these in stereo, which obviously you will with one in each ear. Obviously you won't notice the difference, and I think there's a real peak at 8K, so you have to bear that in mind. I didn't really have much issues, but if you are sensitive there, then you might be. They do look a little bit stronger in the lower treble, upper mids. But again, I didn't find that. I found these a smoother tuning than the S12. The S12 probably has a little bit more detail, but I do prefer the sound of these over the S12. But yeah, S12, the Hook-X, I do like the treble. I prefer it over the S12. Again, like I said earlier, it sounds a bit more natural. And they do. The resolution is also very good. I don't know if it's the best I've tried. I need to listen to all of my Platinars again to do like a good battle. I may or may not do that because I don't have them all. I don't have the P1 Max, for example. Yeah, treble on these, again, very good. Probably my favourite. I think the actual performance could have been better from the drivers. Again, as a hybrid, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but for what I've tried, I do like the sound of these. I wish the actual driver matching was a bit better. It seems a little bit off. I think other people have had theirs where there's a bit of imbalance between the pairs they have, which is a bit of a shame, but I do like the overall sound of these. And yeah, I won't go into too much, but my conclusion, do I recommend these? Yes. I just hope that the matching could be better, which is, I don't know if it's probably a QC thing, but I do like the overall sound of Planar. But I don't know if with it being a hybrid mix is a good thing or bad thing. Like the S12 and obviously the Timeless, which I've tried, I own them. They are both good, but they are single. Obviously, it's just a single driver in each. This being a hybrid, whether it is a bone conduction or it is a piezo, I'm not quite sure. These are good. I think they could have been a little bit cheaper to be a bit more competitive, because there's a lot of planar models, and the S12 is noticeably cheaper. Plus TRN has released a new one called the Kirin, which again is much cheaper than this. I think it's roughly half the price or close to that, so that's quite a thing. But yeah, I do like these. I have no issues with the treble. There's an 8K peak, which may or may not affect you, but overall sound of these and the experience with all the genres I tried, probably my favourite planar up to date. Much better than the Muse Hi-Fi I've tried before. I think this is a much better pair. Again, their shells on them was massive, and I wasn't keen on the treble region, but yeah, this is a lot better pair in my opinion. And yeah, I'll probably end it there. I won't go into too much details, but if you know anything very specific which I might have glossed over or something, let me know in the comments as per usual. And yeah, thanks for watching and take care.